Hello, everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast. This audio podcast as part of a PH4 report. This audio podcast as part of a SZtorm. This audio podcast as part of a Bedlam Clubber, and this audio podcast as part of a Storm Robotics production. In this audio podcast, this audio podcast will delve into the it will delve into the aspects pertaining to the epidemiology and looking at the epidemiology as part of looking at sort of gambling and its impact and in around sort of peer-reviewed and published works from 2017. So almost so in part of the epidemiology as part of the epidemiology. Almost 70% of the population in the United Kingdom participates in some form of gambling, and an estimated 250,000 to 310,000 people live with gambling sort of complexities. Gambling addiction has its effects and can stimulate extensive range of physical and economic sort of entities for individuals involved. The Health Service for England, or HSE, had regulated sort of gambling in the United Kingdom from the Gambling Act in 2005, and fully reorganized and restructured the part of the Gambling Act in 2000 from 2005 to 2007, and policymakers in the United Kingdom, along with industry and healthcare professionals, recognize potential harms associated with gambling and with gambling as much as alcohol consumption as major public health concerns. So one of the questions in the peer reviewed and published works was what are the implications? So gambling addiction is characterized as a psychiatric issue as it develops dysfunctional and extreme behavior. Gambling addiction has negative implications for well-being, and can lead to cognitive and personality changes. There is a link. There is a link between the impact of gambling and the long-term neurobiological deficits, and this has striking similarities to substance abuse disorders. Gambling addiction is also characterized as an abnormality, and there is a direct relationship, or there has been evidence. There is evidence to inform sort of the interrelationship between behavior and sort of broader psychosocial implications. Works from a team in 2014 informs an etiological gambling and it informs of an etiological gambling model that coexists with personality disorders. Gambling thus serves as a foundation to the development and perpetuation of long-term behavior issues. Two gambling models have been postulated. Number one, the medical or disease model, and number two, the public health and the public health on and sort of the social model. Both models are utilized or used to conceptualize definitions of gambling. The medical model describes the pathological gambling as an addiction characterized by indicators of fixated gambling and of fixated gambling with unsuccessful attempts to cope and or obliterate the addiction. The public health model has a sort of a more distinctive as more of a distinctive definition relating regarding to the conduct of the gambler, and thus leading to broader harmful behavior from the individual, i.e., for example, having implications for example, on family or families, and community. In works by authors in 2011, the chairs of the Royal College of General Practitioners the Royal College of General Practitioners, the RCGP, structured gambling addiction by contextualizing a biomedical model of disease as similarly applied to other addictive activities. Where gambling is an issue, the chairs of the RCGP had highlighted that there is a socio-political context. Gambling seems to occur more in socially deprived areas, and where individuals have well-being have well-being have sort of well-being have well-being sort of issues. And gambling is considered to be of an economic concern with implications for health in around health with implications in around healthcare. The adverse health effects of gambling impact both on the addict and for example, and on the those and the impact and the impact in around those around the gambler, and consequently also comprising of physical health, anxiety, comprising of implications such as physical health, anxiety, depression, gastrointestinal disorders, migraine, and other conditions. Other physical illnesses involve include or can include cardiovascular vascular or vascular aspects. That draws this audio podcast to a close. This audio podcast is part of a PH4 report, as part of an audio podcast as part of a SZtorm, an audio podcast as part of a Bedlam Clobber, an audio podcast as part of a Storm Robotics production.